I'm gonna be real with you. I know most of you all are gonna just be like, yo, Langston 2092 is hating on young Pharaoh. You know, he's clout chasing. You know, he's doing this for views. He's making money, clickbait, all the rest of that stuff, right? And I know some of y'all don't even know who I am. And that's fine. I'll have no problem with it. You understand? But at the same time, what I want to do is really inform you. For those that are young, that are just now getting into the conscious community, that are just now dealing with these street scholars, to let you all know what you're getting into. Because at one point in time, I used to be your age. And at that point in time, our generation, the person that was coming up, the person that we looked up to, the person that we fashioned ourselves after, that had the information, or what we call back then right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding, was Dr. Malachi Z. York. And for those that don't know how he turned out to be a child molester. Now he's doing 135 years in jail. And we used to believe everything that he said. This man said he was from the 19th galaxy Ilium, the 8th planet Risk. That he was a Riskian. And that he came to give us what we wanted in order for us to want what he came to give. Now he said that he was here for the 144,000. To reinsert our barytheric gland, which within having a barytheric gland was the 4 highest senses, which was telepathy, clairvoyance, intuition, and psychometry. And we believed it. Matter of fact, I've been through so many different religions till it's ridiculous. I've studied Rastafarianism. I've been dealing with the nation of Islam, the 5% nation, the gods of earth. I've been through so many different ways of lives and religions till it's ridiculous. And I can tell you, as an adult with children, that I no longer follow anyone. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you. Because at the end of the day, if you follow someone, wherever they're leading you to, that's where you're going to end up at. So I don't know the situation as far as dealing with young Pharaoh and him putting his hands on his baby moms. But I will tell you this, that a numerous of street scholars have one thing in common. Excuse me, no COVID, neither Delta variant. One thing that they do have in common is that it seems like all of them want to be in a polygamous relationship but can't handle it. Nature Boy beats on his women, can't handle it. Polite, based on what I'm hearing, his women have jobs. Can't handle it. Young Pharaoh, regardless of whether the situation is what it is, whether he put his hands on her or not, it's obvious that he wasn't intelligent enough to pick and choose the women that he wanted to mate with or be in a polygamous relationship. So the reality of it is, in conclusion of what I'm seeing, is that a lot of niggas, and I said it, want to justify them having multiple women under the guise of saying, I'm in a polygamous relationship, but at the end of the day, they can't handle it. This is the reason why on my channel, I did a video stating that I wouldn't want to be in a polygamous relationship. You want to know why? Because it takes time, patience, money, and you have to be family orientated. And one thing that I see, whether it's through young Pharaoh, Nature Boy, Polite, or any of these street scholars that's in a polygamous relationship, is that most of their women are totally dependent on them. Excuse me. And if I were in a polygamous relationship, every woman would be depending on me as well as I would be depending on them. This is what makes a polygamous relationship work. And there's no I in team. So take for example, if I was in a relationship with 3 different women, right? And I just so happened, and we had kids, each one of us, each one of the women had children, right? Let's say all together we had 8 children, right? Let's say 6, 2 apiece to each woman, right? Let's say, for example, something happened to me and I died. If I died and they totally depended on me, Their finances are 6 feet under, along with me. So we would have to have it where the woman would have to do something in order that if I died, they can carry on the legacy. And that the children wouldn't have to work. They would work for themselves or work under the family business. So here you are listening to a young man. That's why he calls himself a young Pharaoh. And this is the problem that the youth have. See, you get somebody like me that's an elder that's been through some things, that has years upon years of wisdom. You don't want to listen to me. You'd rather listen to somebody younger, someone your peers, someone your age, but don't know shit in comparison to me. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to reveal my age pretty soon. Because some of you all think that I'm older than what I am, and some of you all think that I'm younger than what I am. But let me tell you something. I'm old enough to be young Pharaoh's father. That's my word. Now, some of you all may say, damn, you look young. Yes. So shouldn't you follow me off of the strength of me looking young? It's obvious that I know how to do what? Take care of myself. So when I talk about working out, when I talk about exercising, when I talk about being on an alkaline diet and drinking alkaline water, you should be all what? Ears. That's my word. I am old enough to be young Pharaoh's father. That's my word. And I could bust anybody's ass when it comes to working out. And if you don't believe me, I'll be at the Y tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll be at the Y tomorrow morning. Some of you all probably won't even get up that early. I'm up there 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing everything. Everything. I do pull-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, all that. I do it all. Weightlifting, all that. Calisthenics, all of that. You understand? But you refuse to listen to someone such as myself that got the ups on young Pharaoh as well as every other person. I'm older than all of them. I'm older than Polite. I'm older than Dr. Umar. I'm older than young Pharaoh. I'm older than all of them. And this is the reason why, listen to our message. Our message is different. You see, this is the thing. I told y'all all the time. I told y'all this all the time. When you listen to Polite, when you listen to a young Pharaoh, they're always talking about astrophysics, astral projecting and metaphysics and all the rest of this shit. See, that's cool. When you want to blast off with Jeff Bezos. When you want to go outside of these stratospheres. That's cool. But being that we're living in an American society, it will be wise to listen to someone such as myself, because I'm talking about how you should survive under capitalism. You see, before you blast off, before you see these damn aliens called Elohim, Anunnaki, and the likes, you got to learn basic instructions before leaving Earth. Killer Priest said that, but it's the truth. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. And that is how to treat people. Hygiene. How to love, how to care. Good credit, bad credit. Stocks, bonds, investing, investments, entrepreneurship. These are the things that you need to learn before you astro project to the 7th or 8th realm. And this is the reason why our conversations are different. And you may say that mine is more simplistic or simple in comparison to your young Pharaoh and Polite. Because I'm not talking that mess that they talking. Excuse me. And that's real talk. I'm talking about something that's going to benefit you in the now. Not the afterlife. Not when you astro project. And so y'all are so caught up in this indigo children shit till it's ridiculous. Beam your shit the fuck down and become a regular human first. Some of you all haven't achieved or gotten past the physical realm. Trying to jump ahead of the scale into the spiritual realm. You are a physical being. Caught in the physical realm. You can call this shit the matrix all you want. But if I touch you with a pen, a sharp pen on your finger, you're going to go, ouch. That goes to show that you're here, that you're present in this body, period, that you portal through here from the womb, your mom. That plain and simple. So I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm just here to tell you the truth. Stop following these people because you're going to continue to be let down. Last time I recall, young Pharaoh said that the black woman is God. And now he's calling the black woman a bitch. Last time I heard that white people are the devil and they this and that, and that black people are the gods and goddesses. Couple weeks, just a week ago, he was saying that. Now this week he's saying he don't want to be black. And I understand him if he's talking in terms of the Black Laws Dictionary and what they define as being black. I've always disagreed with that. I don't think that you should allow America, spelled with 3 Ks, to define and give you a title of who and what you are. So if you're talking about it on that level, hey, listen, I ain't black either. Or if you're talking about it on aspects of how we treat one another, how we treat ourselves in the most negative way, I ain't black either. But overall, you should love who and what you are. This is the reason why, the major reason why, to my understanding, why the conscious community exists. For self-empowerment, self-love, self-confidence, being responsible. But it's obvious that the conscious community has turned into a circus. And now what we do is we look at people like Nature Boy, Young Pharaoh, and this is our soap opera, which makes no sense to me. I thought we left, we went out of Babylon and left American society, and we're dealing with the conscious community, ones that are woke, awakened, only to tell on ourselves that we have not changed at all. If you're consistently looking at Nature Boy, Young Pharaoh, and waiting to see what's their come up and downfall, you're looking at a soap opera. I hate to tell you. It's no different from Love and Hip Hop, and it's no different from, Young and the Restless that comes on, I think, 1 o'clock at night. Afternoon, excuse me. You need to focus on you. Because that's the only person that's going to get you out of your problems and situations and things that you may be going through. That's it. And I can tell you, whatever answers that you're looking for, you're not going to find it in Young Pharaoh. You're not going to find it in Dr. Umar. You're not going to find it in Polite. You're not going to even find it in me. The only solutions to your problems is going to be found in you. That plain and simple. That's the reason why I don't like those narcissistic, egotistical people. Because the truth doesn't rely on them. The truth does not rely on them. Don't you understand where I'm coming from? The truth will continue to exist regardless of whether they're here or not. So if you're looking for the truth, say no more, say less. The truth will find you. And I'm telling you, the truth is in you. Just like how it was for me. When I left high school and I was searching for who and what I wanted, who I was looking for me. And I found it. Took me some time. Took me some years, but I found me. And the minute that I found me, myself and I, that true trinity, is the minute that I became whole. And I didn't need no one. See, I've been learning and studying way before their Young Pharaoh or Polite ever existed. And I'm not trying to be funny, but every now and then I laugh at you all because guess what? When I was on the come up, meaning that when I was a young pup, when I was young, those same people that you look at, they were young right along with me. And I can name some names out and put it out there for people that I see on YouTube that have, that have channels that are known. And I'm like, that dude? I remember when I could tell on a whole lot of people, that are so-called street scholars now that weren't thinking about none of that shit when I was younger. Matter of fact, I was trying to put them onto the information. They wasn't trying to hear it. It's crazy. I've been trying to tell people about dreads and all the rest of it. I've been wearing dreadlocks all my life. Not all my life, damn near all my life, right? Recently cut my shit off, I'm growing it back. Now all of a sudden, side note, sidebar, now all of a sudden all these rappers growing dreads. All these street scholars growing dreads, for what? If you don't know why you growing dreads, what's the point of you growing them? Because when I grow dreads, and I truly mean dreadlocks, because that's what the British said to the Mau tribe. When they dreaded seeing those men that are coming out of the bushes, the Mau, with those locks. They call them dreadlocks. And the Mau stood for something. So whenever you see my hair locked, I stand for something. And the point that I'm making to make it relevant is most of these street scholars don't stand for shit except for the goddamn bank. And y'all not seeing that shit. And it makes me sick that y'all can't see it, but most of y'all talk about some damn third eye, a pineal gland. That most of y'all Negroes are filled with book sense but have no street credit, no street knowledge, no common sense, whatever. And what I mean by street credit, meaning that you talk about this and talk about that, but you ain't never got out in the streets to educate anyone about what you talk about. You only keeping that shit to yourself in that small little group that you associate yourself with. Don't trip. I know you. I seen you. I went to the colleges. I've been to the colleges. Y'all got your little black organizations and classes and shit. In the first 2 years, you all about black power wearing, excuse me, wearing dashikis and ankhs and all that shit. First 2 years of college, because you're trying to find out who you are and you haven't gotten to your major yet. Then the last 2 years of college, you getting into your major and you cut off the dreads, you took off the dashikis and the ankhs. Next thing you know, you graduated, got your college degree, and you what? You corporate now. Get out of here. I've been around all those type of people. But you gonna have the nerve to tell me when I talk about somebody such as young Pharaoh, which I said it, I'm old enough to be his father. Young Pharaoh, Polite, Dr. Umar, and all these people I'm hating. Sinetta, all these people I'm hating. Don't you know in the early 90s, I used to walk past Sinetta's table on 125th, going to get some bootleg movies and CDs? When I found out he was on YouTube, I'm like, oh shit, that's that dude that used to be yelling and shit, talking about da-da-da-da-da. But see, you don't know that because you just found him out. You just found out about all of these guys on YouTube. So I'll give you an example. So when young Pharaoh starts talking about transhumanism, it's new to you. Me and Pretty Ricky and I have been talking about true transhumanism, DARPA, Boeing projects since 2008. Y'all late to the game. We've been knew about automation taking over. Y'all talking about that shit now. We were talking about that shit in the early 2000s. Get out of here with that. I read the book Behold a Pale Horse in 94, written by William Cooper. We already knew about the RFID chips. We already knew about that. In the early 90s, I told my peoples about that. And you know what? Excuse me. I got this summer cold. Don't even say no damn COVID, because even if I did have it, how would I be giving it to you? See how dumb y'all are? Anyway, I talked to a few of my peeps that I told them about the RFID chips in the 90s. They came back to me and was like, just now, not too long ago, yo, man, you was right about that. Yeah, I know. See, I'm an old school man when it comes to this information. This ain't nothing new to me. So the shit that they popping with you all, you can all learn that shit. Quantum physics, astro projecting, metaphysics, all that shit. You can learn the same damn books Polite got you could get. It ain't nothing to get an etymology dictionary. Some of those books, it may be rare. I'm not gonna lie. You might have to have some pull. But for the most part, you can get your hands on it if you want it. Polite got them. Why can't you? I'll tell you why. And this is the truth, and I'm gonna end it, right? I'll tell you why, because you're too goddamn lazy. And you always want to rely on somebody else to do the work for you. That's why. So with a person with that type of mind state or state of mind, you're always going to be manipulated. Straight up. And one thing that I have to understand at the end of the day is this. There were people that were born to be leaders, and there were people that were born to be followers. And you just may be one of them. And I just may be wasting my damn time. Because I just don't understand that every now and then they send a stupid ass street scholar that got a little bit of information in his damn mind and know how to articulate himself with words and shit like that. Big words and shit. Got a little gift of gab and y'all fall for it like bitches. Straight up. See, only the real school, old school know what I'm talking about. We used to go and I'm going to look at you dead in your eye. And I'm going to try my best not to blink. But even if I blink, I'm not lying. It's just that I'm blinking. I'm going to look at you dead in the eye. We used to fuck women off of fucking information and knowledge. We used to spit game. I got pussy off of spitting that knowledge. I had my way with women. I had my way with everybody. Not on the sexual level, so stop it with that. But I had my way with everybody. Because for those that don't know the information, you are all easily manipulated. Don't think that I can't create some type of organization and y'all gonna be following me. Straight up, it's nothing. Because y'all are so easily tricked and deceived. Thinking that you got your pineal gland open. That you've decalcified your pineal gland. And you haven't. Not when you're a follower. And you have a leader. You have someone that you have to answer to. That's crazy to me. So at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck whether Polite, young Pharaoh put his hands on whoever. I don't care. Only reason why I did this video is to tell you that you shouldn't either. Period. That at this point in time, you should truly be living in your own bubble. You should be the leader. You should be in control of the vessel that you possess. And if you're not, you're nothing but a goddamn slave to whomever. That plain and simple. My name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video.